Hello, I got my sister back, missing a couple of nails, and yet some of them have got every single crystal and they're looking phenomenal. But as we know, my sister has really hooked nails. She's also going through cancer treatment at the moment, which changes things. So the hook nails means they overbalance quite easily. So this causes lifting. And I try my best to balance out the hook, which it's a lot better than it used to be, but obviously they were quite long nails, and with the treatment my sister's going through, her whole body systemically is undergoing a lot of change. So yeah, we just filed them down really low and removed any lifting and then reshaped. Now there are areas of like nude acrylic on there, so you might see like discoloration. That's nude acrylic from previous. So they've all been prepped, they've all had a thin clear base, and now I'm going to go in with Electric Tangerine Gel from Madame Glam, just on the tip. And just apply that, look at that colour. And then take my ombre brush, which is also from Madame Glam, and I'm just going to kind of blend it back so it disperses. It's, I think this technique would be easier because obviously I'm mixing gel with acrylic. This technique would be easier on somebody without hook nails, because the difficulty with hook nails is the central part of the fingernail is just automatically curved and thick, and that's where a lot of the product is with an ombre. So it's quite difficult to keep it thin. Also, we applied glitter as well, so just for an extra layer, guys. Yeah. So obviously these get cured once I'm happy with them. I'm just adding a little bit more because I want the tip obviously to be nice and pigmented. And they're all the same. I know, all nails the same. Crazy, right? I did get them as thin as I could, but the problem is, if you can see on the pinky, the central part of the nail is thick, naturally. It's hooked, it's a different shape, so it looks thicker. Aesthetically wise, you're always going to struggle with doing a design like this. But I still did it. Why not, eh? I hope you're all well. What are you drinking? I am drinking tea, Yorkshire tea today, just normal Yorkshire tea. And lots of it, because I'm tired. I will have some really fun announcements coming up, so please click your notification bell and make sure you are checking in on every video, because I've got some fun stuff coming up and I can't wait to share it with you. I'm so excited! Sorry. Okay, again, just adding a little bit more product there. Isn't that a nice colour though? It's really lush, isn't it? Oh, I just want to lick it. Don't know. It's obviously it's not edible, but it looks like it should be, right? It really looks like it should be. Onto the thumb, same again. Blending it back. You can get more of a view on the thumb. The ombre brush is really good because where the bristles are sort of splayed out and really fine, it just filters the pigment. It just, I don't know, it's really nice. I like what it does. I could have mixed it with some clear, or I could have used, there's loads of different ways. Once they're all cured in the lamp, I'm just going to do a thin clear acrylic layer on them. Now, some of the issue here was, again, I did not want to apply product to the centre of the nail, the stress point, because it's already thick. So there wasn't a lot of protection on there with the clear acrylic, and I'm going to try and ombre a coloured acrylic over the top. And I did definitely find an issue with the pigment just kind of sliding off of residue gel polish. So that is something I've learned. And luckily we were chucking glitter on it, so we overcame it, but it's definitely a learning curve for me, because I've not I've not done this design on nails like this before, where you've got to account for the structural differences and stuff like that. So it's a nice challenge. We do like a challenge, darling. Love a challenge. So splendid. Okay, obviously that's going to set, polymerize on its own, and then we're going to come in with Bunny Boiler, which is just the most highly pigmented, beautiful pink. And then we're going to pair it with this glitter. Look at that. This is called Rocket Pink, and they're different coloured little dots. They're so beautiful. So I've got Bunny Boiler on my brush now, and you can just see how pigmented it is. It's phenomenal. The only issue I had with blending was literally because there was still a bit too much gel polish peeking through, and I didn't cover it enough with clear acrylic, and that's because I was worried about over bulking the nail. But I'm sure I could overcome that in the future. And you just chuck glitter on it anyway, don't you? You just chuck glitter at it as well, just so I wasn't like super panicky. I'm picking up these little tiny beads here, just trying to diffuse, but can you see here how the pigment's just wiped off? That's obviously where I didn't cap it properly. So yeah, I'm happy to share that so that you can see kind of the challenges in this set and learn from how I handled it to how you would handle it, for example. Probably don't do a crazy ombre on hook nails. I don't know. Or just ombre at the very, very tip. So now I'm going to go in with little bits of clear acrylic and these tiny glitter discs. They're so pretty. They're like neon, but mirror, but sparkle, but beautifully beautiful. Is that it? Yeah, beautifully beautiful. They look a bit lumpy from this angle, but they'll be fine when they're encapsulated. They do tend to stick together though, so separate them. I learnt this the hard way during the set when I had like 5 stacked together and they were stuck together. So it stuck together, all right. So it looked like one, but it was actually like a stack of them. You know, like gambling chips, the casino. They were like that. So I'm just neatening up that cuticle area with the very, very tip of my brush. And then I'm going to try and blend that product in. But I was struggling with the blend part of it purely because I was working on top of gel polish, and it just, despite the clear capping, it wasn't enough to give it that correct surface. But that's okay. We're going to work with what we've got. And I think this is quite a good lesson for you to see kind of what happens from a chemical perspective. Because you can see here, it's not really blending very well. It's not kind of working very well. So I'm having to work really, really hard with this. And it's not the product per se, it's the way it was applied. So it's a me error based on me trying to fix a problem. Isn't that funny? But I'm sharing it with you. I could have just like binned the video and been like, nah. But they came out nice. So why would I bin the video? I might as well show you the process, because then you can learn from my mistakes. And look, chuck glitter at it. Everything will be all right. It's no biggie. But yeah, we can definitely learn from this. Like, probably don't do this kind of design on a hook now. Or if you're going to, then don't mix gel polish and acrylic. But I didn't have an acrylic in that colour, so I had no choice. Very, very annoying. I just had to do what I had to do. But you can see here, it's just not, it's not the vibe. It's not blending. And you can actually see how lumpy the centre of the nail naturally is from the hook. So if you're on your thinnest part of the nail already and you're working with that, can you imagine how stressful it is trying to not make that lump any bigger? It's very difficult. The idea is that you kind of build up the whole nail so the nail itself is just bigger and balanced then. But they do need infilling sooner rather than later, because they just tend to hook over and overweight and overbalance, and that will cause lifting and eventually loss of nail and damage and all that sort of shebang. That wasn't blending too badly, but it could have been a lot better if it was acrylic on acrylic. What I do love is the fact that the Glitter Planet coloured acrylics are so pigmented I can work thin, because otherwise, my God, can you imagine the mess I'd be in? I don't even want to think about it. It would be awful. So I'm just, again, thin, clear layer, just really thin. And then add in some of those little glitter pieces. They kind of like sparkle and distract the fact that the ombre is not the best. Oh, I must get my charger quickly. Hang on. My computer was about to die. My laptop was like, no, I've got no charge. Please, somebody help me. Okay, so I've let that all set down. Now we're going to encapsulate with clear acrylic. I'm trying my best to keep it thin. I need to balance out, though, the structure of the nail, because obviously the centre of the nail is naturally thicker because of this hook. So I have to make the tip thicker than I normally would, otherwise it will still hook over. So encapsulation with clear acrylic, I do wipe over the nail first with my brush that's got a little bit of monomer on it, and that just helps everything set in place and stick to each other nicely. There you go. You'll know that you've encapsulated your glitter because it will go matte. If it ain't matte, it ain't capped, guys. Okay, so wiping over the surface of the nail, going in with the bead. I'm going to press that bead down, tip of the brush to tuck it, and then middle of the brush to move the product down the nail. I'm kind of walking it down. Every time the brush comes in contact, it's releasing some monomer to keep that bead moving, which is good. And it doesn't matter how many beads it takes either. It doesn't have to be done in one bead. Just go with the flow. I'm trying my best, as you can see, to kind of keep my shape with the brush, take off that little excess. If I need to put more in certain areas, I will, but I just kind of want to keep it neat. I don't want to have to file too much because there are certain areas where I've had to keep this capping layer quite thin because of the hook shape. So some areas have more, some areas have less. So I need to keep my work neat and tidy so I don't have to file too much. It's just a hazard of working with hook nails. It really is. I think in future, what might be easier is if I do gel polish design instead of acrylic design. But acrylic design is my favourite thing to do. So that's like painful to my soul. It's painful to my soul. But, you know, it means that we can have a little bit more flexibility and I can just build a nice, strong, clear acrylic base and structure and then work on top of that, which will be easier and less stressful. Which I've just got really warm. I thought I was a bit cold earlier, but it's really, really warm. And there's people in shorts and I'm in my tracksuit bottoms and a t-shirt and I feel like my kneecaps are going to sweat. Too much information? Don't worry about it. Sweaty kneecaps. Have you seen that thing about underboob sweat where they call it humidity? Humidity. Oh, it's marvellous. Well, I mean, it's not. It's a horrible thing to have. It's really uncomfortable, but marvellous name. So I hope your humidities are not too bad today. Jeez, what am I doing? Oh, I can't wait to tell you my news, guys. I don't know when I'll be telling you. It will be very soon. I would like to think it would be within the next 4 weeks, maybe sooner. If I can do it sooner, I will. But just know that I'm working super, super hard. Super hard. I'm balancing lots of things because I have other jobs as well, don't I? I'm not just the one job person, you know what I mean? I sort of get about a bit. Do a bit of this, bit of that, bit of the other. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so satisfying watching encapsulation. I'm not quite sure why, but I literally watch videos like this all the time. Like other people's nail videos I watch. I'm going to discipline myself to make sure I comment. I always like, but I forget to comment, and I know that that's detrimental if you don't comment. You know, you're there, you might as well leave a comment on someone's channel because it really, really helps. And I think if every single person that watched the video left a comment with 5 words, like, hi, the weather is sunny, or, do you know what I mean? Then it would really help everyone's algorithms and AdSense. And for a lot of us, this is an income stream that we need. So we need it to work, right? Oh, that's a lovely big juicy thumb, isn't it? What a juicy thumb you've got there, Jolie. She's just had her last radiotherapy session. This is why we were doing these nails. So my sister said, I want really cool nails for my last radiotherapy session. She's not cancer free yet, but my God, she's fighting for it. So there's some more things on the horizon treatment wise. We're just waiting for some special treatments. They've had to stop the chemotherapy because unfortunately it caused a heart attack. So yes, but look at these. If those nails don't tell cancer to piss off, I don't know what does. It's like, just don't even bother. I am having an amazing day. I've got my sparkly nails on. I look like a walking cocktail. Don't mess with me today. Do you know what I mean? That's what those nails say. I've obviously filed them and everything off camera. And I'm using Madam Glam's No Wipe Super Glass top coat. And it's a 1-minute cure in my Madam Glam lamp. Isn't it lovely though? What a lovely little ombre. Even if it's not perfect, I think it still looks really nice. I'd love to know what you think on the colour combos. I think they're beautiful. My sister picked them. They make her happy. She loves neon nails. Absolutely loves neon nails. So that's what she's getting. Ooh, thumb shot, guys. Ooh, a swoopy thumb shot as well. Aren't you lucky? Am I treating you today, eh? Bloody thumb shots and swoopy swooshes. Crikey. Whatever next. Whatever next. So they've had their cure, some oil, cuticle oil, and here's the final reveal. I really like them. Look how fun they are. Aren't they fun? Let me know what you think. Tally bye.